What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? After the suspected drug overdose death of actor Michael K. Williams, TMZ caught up with Akon in the streets, and Akon said, "The famous and the rich go through more issues than the poor." Y'all agree with that? The famous and the rich go through more issues than the poor. Well, you see, fam, I am in a very, very unique position to give some insight on that statement because I have been both famous and rich, but I've also been poor. I can really speak to this. While it's true, the famous and the rich go through more issues than the poor. My perspective. The famous and the rich, when they go through these issues, they can get through them a lot better because they have money to make things right. For example, if a famous or rich person was, sick, had a debilitating illness. Well, money takes care of that unless it's terminal. But even if it's terminal, the famous and the rich can be comfortable in their last days. Whereas the poor might die even sooner because they can't get the proper care. And they definitely will not be living in comfort in their last days. If that was a situation where a famous or rich person was violated in any kind of ways, let's say somebody, perhaps discriminated against them, well, that famous or rich person can expose that person to a higher extent and bring attention to the case so that that person can be punished, or at least there'd be a greater probability that that person is punished. A famous and a rich person can be cognizant of crime, right? You know there's violence all around you. But a famous or rich person can move into a more secure neighborhood and don't have to worry about, in most cases, someone running up on them, kicking their door in, disturbing their peace. They don't usually have to worry about the police, even if you're black. The police pull you over. First of all, they see you driving a very nice car. They see you driving something really high end. They start thinking. Wheels start turning. They pull up your name. Bam. Oh, that's such and such such. Oh, profession, entertainer. Oh, let me be cautious. Let me watch how I move toward that way. Joe Blow. And then they do whatever they want to do. So even if a person is rich and famous, they may be subjected to racism, but their money, their celebrity serves as a buffer so that they don't have to go through what the average person would go through in most cases. There's always a rare case where you got a cowboy cop that's out of pocket and he don't take the time to, check all the boxes, and he just jump out there, and then you know what happened after that. But even when it comes to drug addiction, if you're famous or rich and you develop a drug habit, then you immediately have the resources to get the best help possible. Whereas if you're poor, there's help for you, but usually there's a line you have to wait in. And then when you are, let's say you have to go into a center or something, it's not comfortable. You're probably around a bunch of people that are wild and, out of control. And, it's just not, and then it's not even just about the people that's in there with you. It's the damn staff, the lack of professionalism. It's a different level of professionalism when you're going into one of these meal type recovery centers, if you dig what I'm saying. You famous and rich, man, you end up going to some type of camp or retreat or something. It's 3 people there, and 3 butlers, and 3 nurses, and 3 therapists, and 3, it's very personal, very personable. So it's different, it's a different level, whatever you're going through, it's just a different level. So you may have these problems, but it's a different level of problems. When I didn't have money, I just did not have as many problems. Now, the deal is this. The problems that I did have were monumental. It was major problems, but I didn't have as many problems. When you have money, you got more problems because you got more houses, you got more cars, you got more people to pay. That's more responsibility. So responsibility brings on problems. More responsibility you have, the more problems you're gonna have. Even when you think about people that if you think about somebody who's been in jail for a while, and I can guarantee you somebody out there can attest to what I'm about to say. If you've ever been to jail for a while and you come back to nothing, let's say you ain't got no money, you ain't got no bills, you ain't even got a cell phone bill, nothing. Your only problem really is you need to get some money, right? You need to get your hands on some money so that you can take care of yourself, so you can get you a nice car, get you nice clothes, and be able to take care of your hygiene and, and all this stuff. Get your own place, and you want to be able to do all these things. And then, as you get more money, you start doing what? Developing more problems. You start saying, okay, I need more money, so now I can get me, I can start dating, and I'm not just dating, but I need money so I can, pay for the date. I can pay to go out of town, pay for the vacation. I can buy my girl something nice and all these things, So it's more money, it's more problems. But again, when you have money, oftentimes, whatever problems that you have, you can get through those problems, those issues a lot easier because money makes things move. So don't ever get that twisted. Sometimes you hear celebrities talk about, the problems that they have or whatever, and the average person can't understand that type of thing because they don't have those same problems. They just have the basic problems. So they don't understand that type of talk. Hey, give me your money and we'll see who's having, whose life will be better or whatever. But I can tell you this, more money, more problems. Not saying that those problems can't be handled, but it is more problems. Now, I personally don't think that if a person has low self-esteem and they're feeling suicidal, I don't think money alone is going to handle that. It's going to come down to that person's willpower. It's going to come down to how bad that person wants to live, how bad that person wants to get through what they're going through, how, what's the relationship that they have with the people that's around them, how bad do they want to even live for those people. And that ain't got nothing to do with money, in my opinion. And that I don't think money can really fix. That's why you see people that's got a lot of money commit suicide also. Now that's crazy, isn't it? But people that got a lot of money commit suicide all the time. I would probably say at a much higher rate than people who don't have money. And I think that's because when you ain't got money, especially if you didn't come from money, you can survive a lot of stuff. You ain't gonna trip out if you can't pay a light bill or you ain't got it. You just ain't got it. You ain't got enough money to go out and hang with the fellas or hang with the girls or whatever. You ain't got it. Hell, you used to not having it, so you know how to cope better. But a person that's always had it and then they lose it, or a person that had it and that's never had it, then he get it, then lose it, man, they might lose their minds. But that's my take, man. What say you? In your opinion, to have or have not? Who goes through the most?
Talking about.
Drop a comment.